Hello, this is my first video on my YouTube channel explaining the design, the works behind the Hackmd landing page, which is this one, the magic behind getting this nice page, the work, the sleepless night, the, the tiredness, and everything in designing this beautiful page. So kindly stay with me for a few minutes and we'll be out of this place. So firstly, we have the card here, the CSS, the tailwind CSS used to designing the page. So follow me. So firstly, on the page here, we have the nav bar, which is colored black, and then it is position fixed such that it doesn't move while scrolling up and down. And then it has contents, the Hackmd logo, the nav buttons, the blog, product, company, changelog, education, the sign in button, and the get Hackmd free. These are hovered, and then we use the anchor tags, which signifies links to another page. I think that's all for the nav bars. This is the cut behind getting the nav bar. Firstly, we said our nav bar is fixed, position fixed, and then top zero, that is starting from the top, and then the z index, which allows it to stay fixed so that it doesn't move alongside other while scrolling. And then other features are there, the justify between, to ensure that these elements in the navbar are properly spaced. And then the padding y, which is up and down, padding x, which is right and left, and then the flex row. Now firstly, after then we have the image, which is the logo, and then these are the anchor elements in the nav bar, the blog, product, company, change log, and then we hover them so that once we point on it, they change to underline. This is the hover underline, right? And then these are the buttons, the sign in and get Hackmd. Uh, get Hackmd. All right. So quickly we rush to the next thing, which is this card. We downloaded it and then embedded it. This is the background we download from Hackmd site to use for our work. And then this we use the H1 in designing how I use Hackmd in open source project. This is a button. This little arrow here is an icon which I got from box icon. And here we have a recent post which comprises of six cards. The first one, Hackmd's Markdown memo, quick start guide to community building. What is community building and why it is important? Hackmd Obsidian folders, Hackmd. Now, in getting this, firstly, what I use is creating a div for this container here. Create a div, and then I give it a measurement, the padding, and the padding y, and then the padding x, which is the height and the width in most cases. And then I colored it, the color I gave it, and then I imputed or embedded this card here, downloading from the site, and imputed it, and then type my text. This is H2, and then the other text followed. And then after I was able to get this, I then applied the hover effect on it. And then seeing fully that it's to my test and to what was required, I used the border radius, which is in Tailwind CSS known as the rounded 2XL, to curve the edges. And then I had to replicate it into 6 places. This is the end of the card. And then this one is actually was actually tricky for me, because it was very, very difficult for me to get to that part. But then I later realized that it was a bit simple to getting that. Actually, I'm actually looking for where I did that thing. Can you stay with me? Let me look for it. It's kind of tricky. Uh, can you stay put? Stay put. Um, well, I can't seem to find exactly where it is. But then it was actually one of the things that gave me headache to designing it. Um, well, I think and we'll just skip to the next to the other parts, to the other parts. Okay, actually what happened there is, this one is an icon, and we apply a container around it, the hover effect. And then usually numbers, the container usually have the border radius which is rounded, and then there are numbers. This one too is an icon from box icon, and then these two icons. And then to subscribe to our newsletter, first of all, what I have here, what I made here, what I was able to do here is the container, having my container colored gray, and then my right top inside, the H2, rather H1 bold, and then my paragraph tag. And then this is an input. I extended the width of it, the padding rather, and then the subscribe button with a hover effect. I think that's all. And then this one, specifically, I use a border right to have a line border right, and then two border right two, to ensure that I have this line thickness. And then these circles are icons too, SVG icons too, that I downloaded from the SVG site. And then these write-ups too, imputed them there, the date and everything. And then it gets started for free on a black background. Get started H1, play around with its first pay at your team leader P tag, and the button get started. All right. And then lastly, the footer, which is my favorite. Firstly, the Hackmd logo built together with the ultimate markdown. And then on my right hand side is the learning, which has features, tutorial books, resources about blog policy. Now, all this are under a particular div. Two of them are in a div, and then each and every one of them, this one is under a div of its own. This ones, they are in a div with this one under the footer, but then on each of them they have their own separate div, so that we are able to flex the two of them in different directions, and then each of the three we flex them and then give them the gap so that they can space each other properly, clear like this. And then lastly we have the option button, and then the globe icon which is attached to the options. Where you click, you have other languages to choose from: Chinese, Japanese, and the rest of them. And then on the right hand side, which is in the same div also with our option, we have the links to Hackmd, LinkedIn, and then Facebook, Twitter, and then Discord. Now, for the Twitter, I wasn't able to get the exact logo for the X, so I used this one, and then we use the hover effect. Firstly, the hover effect. Secondly, the color gradient was used there, and then I give them a container, give it height and width, and then I apply the rounded full or border radius to ensure that it's circle. And then I think for now, basically, that's all that it is to this page. This is my court. The sleepless night, I couldn't sleep, and then all to draft this out. And then this is the last part of it. Copyright Hackmd 2025, all right reserved. That's all. So thank you for watching.